$120 to live in a shed. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this article from Yahoo where someone's advertising $120 to live in a garage. Okay, and not a good garage. Not a nice enclosed garage. A garage where you can see through the gaps. So, or a backyard shed as they're calling it. What do you call that? A garage or a shed? A backyard shed being advertised at $120 a week rental has been stamped as a joke online. The wood shed, complete with a crooked garage door, is the size of a single car garage and sits behind the main house on the Queensland property. Photos posted on Gumtree listing showed two beds sitting in what appears to be a blue tarp, while a fan and a chest of drawers can be found in the background. I mean, I guess it's fine. $120. What is the rental shortage like in this town? The problem is you need to be careful about vermin getting up all through here, these gaps. You wouldn't want any food here. And your insulation is one piece of timber. Now, this is like my house. My house is over 100 years old. And it gets cold. It gets very cold. The drafts come in, they get cold. You have no insulation, or you have an R value of a piece of timber. So you have to rug up. $120 seems a bit steep, though. In the description, the landlord said the bed and blankets would be provided, and power, water, and internet were included in the rent. Okay, so power, water, and internet. That's still not bad. So all the tenants would pay $120 per week, but if you and the partner shared the shed for $150 a week. I mean, there is a rental crisis going on in Queensland, guys, but, I mean, is it better than a tent? Yeah, it's better than a tent. It's better than a tent. Is it legal? Is it habitable? Is that at the right habitable level? Could it be flood level? The listing stated the tenants would be allowed to use facilities in the main house, like the fridge, TV, microwave, washing machine, and said it was conveniently located near a shopping centre and just 5 minutes from a train station. The ad mentioned the shed could either be used for storage or to live in. I mean, good on the landlord for trying to make a buck, but, I mean, I think you're being a bit ambitious. But then again, I don't know, guys. The landlord defends the property listing. The woman who posted the listing hit back at online critics who said the place was unfit for living, telling Yahoo News Australia it was clean and bug-free. Yeah, but I'm worried about rain getting in there underneath and our rodents climbing in. It doesn't have a gutter. It doesn't have a gutter on it. So you're going to have a lot of water splashing right onto the ground here and then seeping in. I bet you're getting in through there. I mean, this wouldn't be what I would be paying $120 a week for. The shed is okay to live in because you can use the main house facilities, she said. It's a good house. There's no problem, she added, saying her and her husband stayed in the shed without issue. Well, okay, this is what you do then. You live in the shed. The husband and wife lives in the shed to save money and rent out the house for even more. You can do that. Why not? That's the way to do it. That's essentially what we did when we were living in a house at Kangaroo Point. We lived in the entry. There's a little entry space where you went up the stairs. It was the outdoor-indoor room. You could see through the floor, outside, through the gaps in the deck. It was fully enclosed. It was all had windows everywhere. That was what people did in all the Queenslanders. It was fine for a bedroom. The windows opening was very cool in the hot summer. But I remember we showed it to someone and they freaked out at the idea of that tiny little place. So we lived there and we saved a lot of money. So they should live there. She said she had listed the shed for two reasons: to provide an affordable room amid skyrocketing prices and to create an extra income stream for her family. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It just looks like shit. You got to paint it and fix the door if you want to rent it out. Maybe even paint on the inside a little bit. You got to put a bit of money in if you want to rent this out. And you've got to check if it's even legal. It may not be legal because it's a Class 10 structure. It's an addition to a Class 1. This isn't habitable. It's not designed to have people living there. You may be below the flood level. You're not getting all the insulation, even though it's old. And $120 is pretty steep. It's too expensive. The prices are getting higher. So many people are homeless, she said. Originally from Korea, she said she struggled to understand at times in the regional Queensland town and insisted the property was a good catch. Okay, so, I mean, it could be a cultural issue here. You've got Asians in much higher density countries that live in much smaller spaces and will just tough out a lot of stuff. We're a bit precious here in Australia. Okay, we're much more precious than some of the people who live in Asian countries. I just remember going to Hong Kong. Even my family that lived in Eastern Germany, just how tiny their spaces were. So yeah, we're precious. The ad was posted 3 days ago, but so far no one has asked to view the property. It's slammed online. One unamused Gumtree user who posted photos of the shed to Reddit found this absolutely real deal on Gumtree for $120 a week. Loved the lack of insulation and door falling down an immaculate kitchen bench. Some viewers couldn't believe it. Asked if the ad was taking the piss, to which the poster replied, knowing this shit all over town, not a chance. Hey, you gotta. Hey, if you have no other options, better than sleeping in a car. Although probably colder. This would probably be colder than sleeping in a car. You could get the windows get damn cold, don't they? Effing unreal, they added. The sad part is the rental crisis is so terrible right now. This is absolutely bound to be taken, if not tomorrow, the day after, when the choice is between that or the local park bench. Other Reddit users were shocked by the listing. The owner should live in there. Okay, if honestly, that's what the owner should do. The owner should live in there and rent out the house. Because Aussies are too precious, honestly, to live in that. Although, I guess some people just need to be humbled. If you got it tough, you'll put up with that. It's protecting you from the rain. It's probably going to do the job. I'm worried about rain getting in there, and it's not legal. Maybe $50. It could be reasonable if they cleaned it once. I'd say $75. Your roommate is a 40-centimeter huntsman that drapes itself over your face as you sleep another road. Yeah, I get that too. When you got an old house, it's hard to seal up. You get huntsmen everywhere, and they keep the other insects away. You want them. It's called the Boutique Rustic Deluxe. Has a mattress, sheets, blanket, pillow, a fan, an umbrella, and a towel. All weather. 1820s experience. Yeah. They could Airbnb it for $500 a night with the right marketing. Another joke. Probably. If the call doesn't get you, the spiders will. This is disgusting. The landlord clearly has no moral compass, someone else said. I think it's just a cultural thing. I honestly think it's just a cultural thing. I think she's just willing to compromise a lot more than the average Aussie. What do you reckon? Queensland to introduce new rental laws. I probably need to. Queensland doesn't have a defined list of minimum housing standards like other states. However, a new set of laws commenced on September 1, 2023 will outline standards to be kept by landlords. Under the changes, properties must be weatherproof and structurally sound, must have functioning locks or latches on doors and windows, and be free of vermin, damp, and mold. Until those laws are introduced, the Retail Tenancies and Room Accommodation Act 2008 says owners are required to make sure the property is in a clean condition, that it is fit for living, and is in good repair. So let's have a talk about this one, guys. I mean, it's a shit property. You wouldn't want to live in there. If someone's living there, they're getting desperate. If the owner was serious about helping people out, they should move in there. They should do it up, do it. Honestly, to get that looking a lot nicer, a couple $100 worth of plasterboard inside, get some gutters put on there. Even if you just put them on there and then drain them into a sump with stones to stop it flooding underneath the house, and spend a little bit of money painting it up. But even then, you're going to struggle to get it as habitable space. Someone could dob you in now. They know about it. Honestly, to get around the whingers, the owner should move in there and rent out the rooms in the house if they really are desperate for the money. What do you reckon, guys? Would you put up with it? Let me know in the comments. I mean, it's better than being on the streets. But it's bloody expensive, 120 bucks. Anyway, I think they're taking the mickey. Check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International, if you want to look at other content I discuss. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. 120 bucks, eh? Oh, boy. Hey, but it comes with internet and water and electricity. So you could crypto mine in there.